When we talk about the home of cricket, people instinctively think of Lords. But is it here in Mumbai, amongst all this bedlam, that the true soul of the game exists? I've come to find out.
The number of people that play cricket in the city, it's not funny.
I love batting. I had so much energy, I just wanted to continue batting.
Every Mumbai batsman, it was ingrained in him that the minimum value on his wicket is 100.
Bombay is like New York, it's like London, it's the city of dreams. Bombay gives you lots of chances, you've got to grab them with both your hands.
In Bombay, you don't get anything easy.
To survive in that, you need a special kind of mindset, not to give up.
Behind me is the Trident Hotel. It is the home for the Mumbai Indians during the IPL. This square mile of South Mumbai is teeming with cricketing history. I'm going to have a stroll and have a look.
It's the home of cricket in India. It's literally in everyone's blood. Rich in tradition, goes back a long way. Like when I grew up, it was a dream to play for Mumbai. Forget India. India was a distant dream. But if you could get into a Mumbai team, you've done well as a cricketer. The day you're born here, you're born to compete. In life. Forget cricket. In life.
The walk east brings you to the oval Maidan. The word Maidan from Persia means open space. There is very little open space in Mumbai, but where there is some, there's definitely cricket. Ball, ball. How important have those Maidans been for Mumbai cricket?
Oh, a lot. The basis of Mumbai cricket. Certainly, in spite of the stadiums, stadiums are not available to the average man, right? You've got to be a member, etc. Well, Maidan is available to anybody. If you have a bat and a ball in your hand and few buddies to play with, you just go on, mark your stumps and start playing. So in that sense, Maidan contribution to Mumbai cricket has been immense, enormous.
My next stop is the Pucker Bombay Gymkhana. This was home for the first Test match India ever played back in 1933 against Jardines, England. Let's have a look inside. This wonderful old building hasn't changed much over the years. It's still truly a magnificent structure. The contrast between the haves and the have-nots here in Mumbai is plain to see. The Bombay Gymkhana in the distance there. Could you think of a better place to get change for a game of cricket than that pavilion? Compare that to the Azad Maidan and the facilities that these guys have. A little bit of cloth is all that separates the Mumbai cricketers from the hot, baking sunshine. The word Azad means free, and you can see that here. Anyone is free to come and play cricket here. There are 22 pitches on this expanse of land. Well, this is truly an unbelievable experience to me, I have to say. You look down on the ground and there are bits of shoe and there's rocks and there's cans of drink, etc., and you think it's absolute chaos. In this game that's going on here, I'm fielding around about deep mid-wicket. In the game behind me, I'm fielding at deep extra cover. We've just had an appeal from this game over here where I'm at sort of backward point. There are stories on this Maidan where there's been an appeal on this ground and the umpire on that ground has given the batsman out, having heard an appeal. Over that pitch there, I'm fielding at Cow Corner. You might think that this is absolute chaos and no one knows what's going on. Everyone seems to know exactly what's going on. And I'll tell you another thing about this place. The standard is of the highest quality. The quality of spin and batsmanship, they're not just having a slog. Let's just do a couple of balls over here. The captain has changed the field. He's bringing a slip in. Watch the left-hander here. I'll probably get it wrong, but there's no slogging. It is that sort of mantra of over my dead body. Running between the wickets. They take this cricket incredibly seriously. I guess if you've made a 2-hour journey across Mumbai to come here and play, you are going to take your cricket very, very seriously.
When I was in school, I used to be up at 5 in the morning. I used to catch a train, and trains used to be full. Sometimes you're literally holding the edge of the train with 2 fingers. You have a bat in your hand, and you go all the way. Literally seeing the world go by. And you did that day in, day out.
The journey you were having to make every day, maybe 4 times a day on public transport, trains, buses with cricket gear and smelly gear, having batted all day, that must also make you tougher, surely.
Smelly gear, of course, it made people around me tougher. But the experience I got from my brother, how to travel and which bus to take and which train to catch, those things, I mean, are, you know, they'll stay with me forever. I was 12, carrying a big kit bag. Occasionally it was difficult, not always, but all in all, a wonderful experience, and that made me tough.
Absolutely brilliant from Prithvi Shaw.
I used to stay in Virar, which is a bit far from Mumbai side.
How far?
Take 2.5 hours.
He would get up in the morning at 4 and take a 6 o'clock train from a place which is so difficult to reach. He has to travel 70 kilometers and 70 kilometers back and forth at the age of 12 with cricket kit.
There was so much rush, you know, lots of people traveling from Virar, and it was the last stop, so it was more difficult to, you know, get a seat. So it was a bit hard, yeah.
If you're going to make a 5-hour journey every day, did that make you determined to get your head down and get runs?
Yeah, I think so. When you score some runs, so obviously there's a happiness when you go back to your home. I did something that day.
To get a feel for what the journey would have been like for Mumbai cricketers. Here's our bus, is it?
Well, yeah.
What number bus is it?
123.
I took a bus ride with Hemant Kenkra, cousin of the great Sunil Gavaskar and an expert on all things Mumbai cricket. You take pounds?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rupees.
7.
75.
110. I'm always getting the buses in England, don't you worry. 30, 40,
You don't
50,
have the smart cars like
60,
you have in the UK.
70. This is not good. That's 70. You do me a deal? No. So this is the sort of journey that Tendulkar and Gavaskar, with all their kit on a crowded bus, would make?
Every cricketer in Bombay either travel by bus like this or train. Only thing is we're lucky we've got a rather empty bus, but imagine prime time in the morning, you know, when you're going for a game with your big coffin or whatever you call it, and, you know, everybody wonders, you know, who's this guy, what's he doing? You know, even when they were playing for Test cricket for India, for example, Bombay is all about action. Bombay is all about success, all about working towards, you know, building something in life. It's a city of dreams, as they call it.
What about invasion of someone's privacy? Sachin's quite a private bloke. I mean, I read his book, and he said people nowadays say and criticize me because I never use public transport. They should have seen me when I was a kid traveling 2 hours.
Absolutely. I mean, he used to live in Bandra. I used to come to play at the CCI, and when he didn't get a lift from one of our team members, then he used to take the bus and train and come down to CCI.
Cricket was first played in Mumbai in the 19th century when 3 sections of society formed their own clubs on the Gymkhana grounds along Marine Drive in the south of the city.
Now we're going to pass the Gymkhanas. So that is the Parsi Gymkhana. You know, that's where cricket started, 1988 or thereabouts. Then you have the Islam Gymkhana, which was formed in around 1901 or so. This is the Hindu Gymkhana. This is where Vijay Merchant, Vankar, all these guys, they all played, you know, here. So these 3 Gymkhanas were the lifeline of Bombay cricket from the time that they started in the 1800s.
So in the space of A mile, less than a mile.
Less than a mile.
Got another ground here, which is this ground?
This is the police ground now. They have a pretty strong team right now. You need to get off.
Okay.
You need to get off. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, eh? Thank you.
Thank you.
This end of the Azad, there is less space. Here I am on the boundary. We're literally 2 yards away from the boundary. There's a right-hander in with the red shirt. And basically, I am fielding at gully. And I'm 2 or 3 yards away from the boundary. In fact, I'm going to stay at gully. I fancy this lad in the red shirt is going to get caught gully. Oh, I didn't hit it through gully. He just hit it for 6. This place is famous for more than just the amount of cricket that's played here. Over 30 years ago, Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar, as young boys, came and played on one of these pitches and put on a record-breaking 664-run partnership.
When we had that famous world record partnership of 664, I got some 349 not out. Sachin was around 328 not out.
Didn't you both get in trouble? Didn't you bat too long?
Too long.
Weren't you supposed to declare and get them in, the opposition, at some stage?
Yes, yes. And there were messages over messages, retire, retire, declare, declare. We didn't listen. We just ignored.
But Sachin did declare on you on 349, is that right?
I'm very upset till now. I said, Sachin, just give me one more run so I can get that 350 mark.
Sachin Tendulkar, big in school cricket. You know, when I used to captain Bombay, there was an off-spinner, Kiran Moga. I said, why are you in a hurry? Okay. No, I'm going across to the Maidan. There's 2 little kids are playing. I said, who? He said, Tendulkar and Kambli. I said, he said, you must just see them. 14, grip right at the bottom, and they hit the ball.
Another sensational batting record was set at the Azad Maidan.
546. Tell us about that day, about that innings, and how it changed your life.
I was playing under 16 Harishil match.
How old were you?
I was 14. We won the toss and elected to field, and then they got all out at 90 runs, and then we came up to bat. And it was a 3-day game, so I had a lot of time. And I batted for 1.5 days to get those runs, and it was not easy because the boundaries were so big. So even if you hit, like, it will just go there and you have to run 4.
In 87, 88, Tendulkar played in the Harris Schoolboy tournament for youngsters. In the quarter-final, he scored a double hundred. In the semi-final, he scored a triple hundred. In the final, he scored a triple hundred. And in between the semi-final and the final, he wandered across to the far side of the ground, decided to have another bat, and scored 170-odd. That's how good he was.
To someone in England, just one of those scores would be like a season. How, at that age, are you scoring such big runs?
I loved batting. And it didn't just stop there. Because after all that, I would go back and get in the nets. But I had so much energy and I just wanted to play cricket even. And that became a habit. It really didn't matter whether I had scored big runs or I got out early. It really didn't matter. I mean, the mantra was, if you've had a good game, let the rest of the world talk about the last game, we think about the next game. So that mantra continued. If I was dismissed early, more the reason to go out and score as many runs as possible. But if I was scoring runs, can I better that?
That's why. Hey? Got my shirt, my batting average on the back of your shirt, eh? 42. Hey?
Amongst the hundreds of people playing on the Azad Maidan, what is noticeable is the distinct lack of female cricketers.
One person who looks set to boost the profile of women's cricket in India is 17-year-old Jemima Rodriguez. She's already played for India. She's already done well. I've come to her old school to find out what the fuss is all about. Jemima, I'm going to give you some throwdowns, okay?
Okay.
Don't kill me, okay? I did this with Kohli and he nearly killed me. Are you happy? Ready? Shot. Great start. You can obviously play the cover drive. I thought I'll push you back there, too many drives. Jemima, I know you're at college now, and I know you're now an Indian player, but what made you take up cricket?
Actually, it was my brothers who made me take up cricket. Like at the age of 4, like I was such a kind of a person, like I couldn't sit down in one corner. I had to do something or the other. So my brothers used to play cricket and I was the only girl at home. So looking at them, when I picked up a bat and I said, I want to play cricket.
You were a schoolgirl superstar, weren't you? Age 12 and a half, you were playing for the state under-19 side.
Yeah.
How did it happen so quickly for you?
This happened just by God's grace, like Lord Jesus Christ. And like my dad has worked a lot on me. Like when I was young, he saw the spark in me and he said, okay, I need to work on this child. She looks bright to play cricket.
Did you have any doubt at all, at any stage in your mind, this is my daughter and girls don't play cricket?
No, I never had that doubt.
Not 1 second?
Not 1 second.
I go down the Maidans, for example, in the last few days. It's a lot of boys playing cricket. Didn't see many girls. Why not?
I would request the parents first to take their children and look at them not from the girl point of view, but look at them from the talent point of view. If your girl has a talent, okay, why not she can play cricket?
Who are your heroes? Who do you look up to in the cricketing world?
In women's, I like Mithali Raj and Jemima. I just think that she's an inspiration for batting. Her techniques are the most nice techniques.
How much does that mean to you that you could be inspiring the next generation of girls' cricket in India?
It means a lot to me. Like this is just another blessing. Like this is what the hard work that you're doing has paid off. And like to inspire younger people to take up cricket, it can't get better than that for me.
What would you advise them, having been through it all yourself?
Keep dreaming and keep chasing your dreams because dreams do come true.
You're an inspiration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
You would think that 22 cricket pitches over here behind me in the Azad Maidan and the Bombay Gymkhana over here would be plenty for cricket, but not in this part of the world. They need some more. Across the road is the Cross Maidan, and I'm going to go and have a look at that and speak to someone who knows about all this chaos.
Nasser Hussain, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. But not everything is rosy on the Maidans of Mumbai. And as former groundsman Nadeem Memom explains, there are fears about the future of these historic pitches.
Nobody cares for this ground, like Azad Maidan, Cross Maidan, Old Maidan. They have so many problems. We don't have proper drinking water, we don't have proper toilet facilities, we don't have proper rollers, we don't have the infrastructure where cricketers come and change. So all these things have to be brought up, you know.
How does it survive? You know, these Maidans and things, they're prime real estate now, surely. How do people keep it going and managing it?
Now is the time you got to watch it. Because like you said, prime time real estate, suddenly it might disappear. But, you know, it's got a great culture, a lot of tradition here. Clubs that have existed for many, many years.
Slip? Yeah. Okay. How many slips do you need? Who are you, Jadeja or someone? Oh, Rashwin. Hello, youngster. He's too young to recognize me. Shot. My morning at the Maidans is done. I arrived sensing total mayhem. I leave realizing there's quite a lot of organization that goes on. But that's not my abiding memory. If you're going to play cricket in the 40-degree heat, you better have a serious love for the game. And there is a serious love for the game of cricket here. Maidan cricket faces plenty of challenges ahead. For the sake of Mumbai cricket, and arguably for the sake of world cricket, it is important places like this survive.